Greetings, everybody. How you doing? Good morning. I am making this live stream video in order to record history because, the internet didn't really become popular until the 80s. A lot of older people are not savvy with the internet, are not on the internet a lot. A lot of my older teachers are not on the internet. And so it's mostly a young people's internet, 80s babies, 90s babies, 2000 babies. And so a lot of the information is only being recorded based on what they know. And so, as a service to the community, I want to make sure certain history is documented, certain people are given their proper respect, and everything is to put into perspective the way it was from the views of somebody that was here instead of somebody that read it in a history book. And so that's why I'm making this particular video so people can get a clear perspective of what's going on, so that the older generation is represented. I represent the older people that are not on the internet, and so that the younger people get the information so they can have their facts straight. And so the whole basis of this discussion is to give credit to the people most responsible for proper eating and clean eating being a part of Black consciousness, which is very important because today it's been taken out of Black consciousness, and Black consciousness has become totally talk and complaining, and there's very little self-improvement. So I guess that's why it's called woke, because you could be woke and just talk without working on yourself. So that's why I'm making this video. And I talked about this yesterday, but a lot of my live streams I don't leave up because my audience a lot of times deserve my unfiltered opinion and ideas. And so a lot of times I'll be wilding on the videos and I don't leave them up. I'm from the era where I used to teach on the buses and trains and beaches and parks and playgrounds. So it was always a one-time thing for me. So a lot of things I say is just a one-time thing. It's nothing I want repeated over and over on the internet. But this one, I will make sure it's something I want repeated for the sake of history. So if you're here, let me know you're here. What's up, Tavares? Good to see you, brother. And so I can give everybody their proper respect before I start this discussion. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to do my best to help people eat better. And so if you get a chance, go to www.veganintel.com. Order this manual, the easiest way to become a vegan. And this will help you eat better. This will make it easier for you. It will take the stress off. Well, this manual is tried and tested. I've been a vegan for 40 years. And so this is something that is made for meat eaters. I am not the type of vegan teacher that concentrates on people that are already vegan. I'm I'm the one that helps people get the ball started. The most important mission is not making vegans eat better. The most important mission is to get people to stop eating dead flesh from the very beginning. And so, whereas some people are criticizing vegans and comparing what they call Sabi vegans, which we'll talk about, comparing Sabi vegans to regular vegans, I'm trying to get black people off of Cheetos and Flaming Hots. So I don't have time for that Sabi vegan versus regular vegan discussion because, for one, Dr. Sabi was not a vegan and wasn't even a vegetarian. And we're going to discuss that. But make sure you get this manual. It's only $7. Get two, get three, get 10. And have them at your house when relatives come by, say they don't feel good, say they've been diagnosed with diabetes, congestive heart failure, they had a stroke, uncle not doing so good, auntie not doing so good, sister, mom, dad, brother, friends not doing good. Instead of just talking, give them this and tell them to follow these steps. And the whole idea behind this is you just take one page at a time, pin this up on your refrigerator, and do not go to the next page until you are totally comfortable with this page. As long as you desire to go back from this page, back to how you were originally, do not go to the next page. You're being taught the wrong way to become a vegan, and we will discuss all of that. So what's going on, Cayman? What's going on, Sugar Free? If you ordered yours a couple days ago, Sugar Free, it's on the way. What's up, Boy T? Maserati Rick. What up, Maserati Rick? And everybody, I'm glad you're all here for this discussion. Very good, Dwight. 1 year with no meat. Trying to still kick that fish, though. Fish is meat, but I know what you're saying. Dwight, order this. The easiest way to become a vegan, it's only $7, cheaper than your life. Order this. This will take the stress off. Okay? Because the stress will drive you back. So you have to change the way you eat with no stress. It has to flow. You have to be comfortable with it. And you're not being taught that. You're being taught to rush. And when you rush up, you fall right back down. You have to take your time. Go very slow. You don't go throw everything out in your refrigerator. That's totally the wrong way to go vegan. And we're going to talk about all that. So this discussion is about putting everything into perspective. People have been on the internet, younger people from a younger generation. They're telling the younger story. They're not telling the true story. And what this is a way to honor those that are responsible for putting the message out here for Black people to eat better and how that became a part of consciousness. And to make sure you all know that is a part of Black consciousness and being woke. And without you trying to increase, you don't have to be a vegan. Okay? This is not about being a vegan. This is how to become a vegan, and there are steps. As long as you are taking the steps to eat better, you are on the right track. You're not on the right track when you get here. You're not on the right track when you get to the last page. You're not on the right track. So let nobody make you feel that you're a failure or you're not conscious because you're not on the last page or you're not a vegan. That's bullshit. As long as you're trying the first page, you are conscious. Okay? You're conscious that you have to do better. Consciousness doesn't mean you're doing better. Consciousness means that you know that you have to do better, and that will never stop. I've been a vegan for 40 years and I still have to be conscious. Oh, did I drink enough water today? No. See what I'm saying? It never stops. You understand? It never stops. It's a constant self-improvement. Okay? Now, when you talk about the history of us eating correctly, uh, a lot of times for the younger generation, they talk about Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi. And Dr. Sebi is way later. His influence on us eating is not until the 90s. Now, I was in California in the 80s. He was out there, but he had no major influence until, the mid to later 90s. He really didn't have a major influence. By that time, the ball was already rolling. Now, a person that you all must know is the lady that's in the title of this video, Miss Alvenia Fulton. Dr. Alvenia Fulton is the person, she is the number one person responsible for eating right, being a part of a positive Black movement. And this is history you must know. Look at the name in the title and look her up and read up on her. Mrs. Fulton, Dr. Fulton should be praised, adorned, and should get her proper due. Now, the reason I say she's the person most responsible is because she is the teacher of the people that did the work. Miss Fulton, she had a juice bar, a little place where you could get food and juice. And next door, it was a place where everybody hung out and smoked cigarettes and drank. And it was a place that Dick Gregory frequented a lot. And Dick Gregory used to be in this place next door all the time. And he would see these pimps and players and brothers keep going next door and coming back with these bottles of stuff they was drinking. So Dick Gregory asked the brothers, what is that y'all drinking? And the brothers said that if they went next door to this lady next door and get this drink, it made their sex drive stronger. They can have sex longer. At this time, Dick Gregory is way overweight. He's smoking packs and packs of cigarettes a day, and he's basically finna die. His health is horrible. He's a very popular comedian. His health is horrible. If you look at the picture I used for this video, you can see the difference in his weight size. So Dick Gregory goes next door to the place and meets Miss Fulton. And this is how you got the Dick Gregory that you have today. When Chief got finished talking to him, and because he was a wise man, Dick Gregory stopped smoking, stopped eating dead flesh, and became a spokesperson in the Black community for us eating right. But I have Miss Fulton as number one, and I have Dick Gregory as number three. And the reason I have Dick Gregory as number three is because I have Elijah Muhammad as number two, the number two most responsible person for Black people eating better. And Elijah Muhammad also went to Miss Fulton for medicine and instruction. Okay, this is the lady behind Elijah Muhammad's eating. She played a major role with helping Elijah. So Miss Fulton helped Elijah. And Elijah, at that time, had a huge Black movement. And the Nation of Islam was and still is, a very powerful force on the streets. The men looking strong, healthy, not overweight. And it was known that they didn't eat like everybody else, that they ate better. And this is all due to Miss Fulton. Miss Fulton helped Elijah put that program out there. And Elijah came out with the slogan, how to eat to live. Eat to live, don't live to eat. And promoted that. And so Elijah Muhammad is the second most important person in Black history with the concept that we must eat better. At that time, the Rastaman had not infiltrated the United States yet, so we didn't know about the Ital and the Rastaman's way of eating. But Elijah was very powerful and had a lot to do with people cleaning up the way they eat. When I first started cleaning up the way I ate, and I got to the step where you just eat fish, I was eating at a lot of the Nation of Islam restaurants and food shacks. And I would be able to get whiting and sea perch and ocean perch and lake perch. I was able to get fish from them. And so the Nation of Islam was a very motivating factor in my transition. Okay, because it's a transition. So the Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad, even though he had passed away by the time I grew up, still his influence in the community and the blueprint he left behind helped me be able to get off pork and beef and chicken and basically just be eating fish and vegetables. At that time, I was buying the bean pies from the brothers too. You know, those bean pies are good. I wish they started making some vegan ones. So Elijah Muhammad doesn't get enough credit for making the way you eat a substantial teaching in the Black community. The Christian church never did that. The Nation of Islam is the first religion that Black people ever had that included eating better and taking care of yourself. And this is why Elijah Muhammad must always, no matter what, be respected for what he did for Black people. He did a lot for Black people. He did a lot for Black people to just turn their back on his brother over something, over a story that's a one-sided story. Okay? And so you have Miss Fulton, Dr. Fulton, and then you have Elijah Muhammad. But under the Elijah Muhammad way of eating, hey, see Temptation, happy birthday. The whole month's your birthday. Under Elijah Muhammad, it wasn't a vegan. It wasn't vegan. There was fish included, right? And this is where Dick Gregory comes in. When you start talking about veganism and vegetarian and vegan, Dick Gregory is the one that grew the tree. Miss Fulton planted the seed, but Dick Gregory grew the tree because Elijah taught within the Nation of Islam, and then you had to be familiar with what they were saying to learn. But Dick Gregory, by him being popular in those days, by him being a comedian, by him being on Johnny Carson and all these shows, the average Black person knew about Dick Gregory because Dick Gregory was involved with marching with Martin Luther King, hanging out with Malcolm X, because he was a famous comedian and a social activist. Dick Gregory is the one that brought it to the Black community in a big way. He is the major person that boomed eating right in the conscious community and with Black people. This is just a fact. And Dick Gregory gets that prop by himself. There is nobody else that you can put in that category because at that time it was just him. Sabi was not popular yet. Now, in around 1976, in 1976, when I graduated out of high school, I started working at a book factory. And at this book factory, we were printing all type of books, and some of them I would look at them, and we were printing Dick Gregory's book about being a vegetarian. And I took the book and I started reading it, and we also were printing a book called "Make Your Juicer Your Doctor" by some white guy, and that is, or a woman, I forgot. But that's also a great book. But I was reading Dick Gregory's book, and it was planting the seed. And so when I left there, I went to music college and met my teacher, Peter, and he was eating right because Dick Gregory planted the seed. And then I see Peter that planted another seed. And then I went and worked. Uh, I went and worked for. I went back to work for the book factory. And when I went back to work for the book factory, in the daytime, I would go hang out at Circle Campus, where my brethren went to school there. And so in the day, I would go hang out up there with him. When I got off work, I worked the night shift. I get off in the morning, get off at the train, go over to Circle, kick it with the young people at the college. And Dick Gregory came up there to speak. And when I seen Dick Gregory, that's the first time I felt like, wow, I don't know why I don't know these things. He was talking about how you could roll your marijuana and put it down and it'll go out. But you can light a cigarette and put it down and it won't go out because the cigarette is full of poison and the marijuana is natural. And that people that roll their own cigarettes, the cigarettes go out. But people that buy Cool and Marlboro and Salem and all that, it doesn't go out because it's full of poison. He was talking about why French fries don't turn brown because they're bleached. And I was just amazed. So I started to go to all the Dick Gregory lectures, which not only did Dick Gregory help the black community by teaching us how to eat and having those lectures, but it was Dick Gregory's lectures that opened up the door for Dr. Ben and all those people to have lectures. This is a fact. The number one lecturer in African American history is Dick Gregory. He created the Black Lecture Circuit. This is a fact. I'm not telling you nothing I read. I was there. The first person that black people were going to sitting around listening to talk for hours was Dick Gregory. I must have went to about 5 of his lectures. This is a fact. And that made the hunger for these lectures. And so we said, let's bring in these other people we were listening to on cassette tapes. And Dr. Ben was one of the people that we used to listen to on cassette tapes. So people contacted Dr. Ben and brought him here because we was already Kemetic. Okay? So whereas Dick Gregory helped change me, and I went to see him as a person helped change me, I was already Kemetic when I heard Dr. Ben. So I never could give him the credit for changing me. But I gave him the credit for changing others. And so we were bringing these people in to help other black people so they could see him. But Dick Gregory laid the groundwork for us to eat right. And he was known in the white media. Back then, you didn't have all these cable TV. So he was known, CBS, ABC, NBC, for being a vegan. He was known for going and fasting over in Iran. That time he fasted so long his dentures fell out because he lost so much weight they wouldn't fit and all that. So all black people knew that Dick Gregory did not eat meat. So when you talk about on a large scale, Dick Gregory on a large scale is the most influential black person in American history to help black people eat right. It's just a fact. To help people become vegans and vegetarians. Dick Gregory holds that spot by himself. I just want to be clear on that. There's no Dick Gregory and Sebi. No, it's Dick Gregory and then Sebi. Dick Gregory holds that spot by himself. And I want to be the one to get that straight. Don't try to put them in the same category. Sebi is later. Way later. Okay? And I've been a vegan 40 years. And unless you can get somebody that's been a vegan 45 years or 50 years to disagree with me, we can't have this conversation. You understand? So unless you can get somebody that put the time in, we can't have this conversation. And unfortunately for certain people like Tribe of Judah, I'm not debating on this particular conversation. Plus, I mean, I don't really honor people saying stuff unless you use your real name. So if you want to trash somebody over here, I have to see your face and your real name. If you're an alias and you trashing somebody, you could be the CIA. Okay? And so Dick Gregory deserves these props by himself. Okay? Without Dick Gregory, there would be no audience for Dr. Sebi when Dr. Sebi came. Dr. Sebi inherited Dick Gregory's audience. At the time Dr. Sebi started becoming popular, Dick Gregory had his bohemian diet, and Dr. Sebi trashed Dick Gregory's bohemian diet and caused Dick Gregory to lose a lot of money. And this is why Dick Gregory did not like Dr. Sebi. And Dr. Sebi was bogus for that, because he could have easily got together with Dick Gregory to help Dick Gregory develop another diet plan to come out with so that Dick Gregory would do good. But he didn't. He came and trashed his brother. This is a fact. This is why Dick Gregory said he was an agent, because there's personal beef there. Okay? And us born as African Americans, we're very suspicious as blacks from other places when they come here hating on us. Sebi's not an African American. He's not born here. Okay? Let's just keep it all where it's at. So he came and he trashed our brother's product and hurt our brother within the community. You understand? He hurt him. He knocked the wind out of his sail so that his ship would float. That's what he did. You understand? That's what he did. And so now, this is why I made this video. And for a lot of people, they say, bro, why are you getting on Sebi? He's passed away. I'm just recording the history. But I'm not really getting at Sebi. I'm getting at Sebi's followers. See, because if you are a follower of Sebi, then I have a right to deal with you as a follower of Sebi. And I have a right to use Sebi as an example to deal with you. Okay? Now, when we get to Sebi, right, and start talking about Sebi, then here goes the thing. Dr. Sebi is always brought up when we're talking about veganism. Always. You understand? But the thing about Sebi and Sebi followers is that what they don't understand is Sebi wasn't even a vegetarian, and he definitely was not a vegan. And so I seen the post on Instagram where a brother that I respect a lot, positive brother trying to do good works, but he's younger than me. So I gotta, I gotta teach the message. And this brother was saying Sabi vegans versus regular vegans. Well, let me get this straight. And I got a video coming out on this. There is no such thing as a Sabi vegan. Doesn't exist.
Will eat fish. Once in a while I 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 will eat.
Sabi ate fish once in a while. There's one video where he says that, but I hold him responsible for making a whole bunch of videos and not letting us know this. I always have a problem when I got to dig to find stuff like that. I always have to question a person. So to me, I don't understand why Sabi got so many videos, but yet there's this one hidden video where he admits this. And so he has people out here saying don't eat broccoli, don't eat carrots, eat alkaline, but fish is acidic. He's got videos saying fish will rot your stomach, but he was eating the fish. And so he can't go. And he says that the Bohemian diet was no good, but once in a while he ate fish. So to me, uh, the proper way to respect Sabi is for teaching about alkaline. I don't feel it's proper to respect him as a vegan. He wasn't a vegan. He was the teacher of alkaline. As far as I'm concerned, the part of Sabi that I take is that I take it like this. Sabi brought to us the knowledge that alkaline will kill cancer, that cancer can't live in alkaline. And Sabi is responsible for all this alkaline water and alkaline stuff. So I give him that for promoting alkaline. I'm not giving him no props as no vegan or no vegetarian. Period. Period. And for people that want to give him props, you young. I've been a vegan for 40 years. You expect me to give somebody credit for something that I didn't hear about by the time I heard about Sabi? It was what? How long I had been a vegan? I had been a vegan, shit, damn near 30 years before I heard of Sabi. I had already been a vegan 30 years. So, if you're a younger person, don't be expecting me to look up to somebody got nothing to do with my growth. I was already a vegan. He couldn't tell me nothing. What could he tell me after being a vegan 30 years? I'm like, who was this guy? I'm like, oh, that's the brother that had the shop out in LA. You understand? But he was insignificant. He was insignificant in the 70s and the 80s. That's just a fact. Totally. He was insignificant. He can't get all this credit. He can't take Miss Dr. Fulton's credit. He can't take Elijah Muhammad's credit. And he can't take Dick Gregory's credit. He's down the line. You understand? Actually, he's mixed in there with the Rasta man. It's the Rasta man at this point with reggae music and Ital. In the time when Sabi came, the Rasta man had more influence in the community than Sabi too. It's a fact. Ital is vital, and everybody knew the Rasta man was trying to be a vegetarian and was pushing vegetarianism. Even the Rastas that ate fish knew that they had to get off the deaders. That's what we call it, deaders. That's what we call dead animals. And so Sabi was still eating dead animals. So in our book, that's low level. And the way I came up is that you're respected when you're trying to go up. And if you fall down one step, you're respected. Go back up. So you'll get some respect if you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegan, and you go back to vegetarian. But in my world, you don't get no respect when you go from vegan all the way back down to fish or back down to pork or something. Then it's just like it's rank and file. And so, he lose rank. He's not ranked in my world. Sabi don't rank with me. He's under me. He's not even a fucking vegetarian. You want me to honor him? He don't got no rank, period. He has no rank in the world of eating right. He's low. He's under vegetarians. You understand? Fish is worse than eggs because eggs is an animal byproduct and fish is actually the dead animal. So fish is by far worse. You would eliminate fish before you eliminate eggs and cheese and butter. You would eliminate the animal first and then the animal byproduct. This is the natural evolution. You understand? Not saying the eggs is good for you. I'm just saying there's an evolution. The same way you get off pork first and then beef. I'm not saying that beef is good for you, but there's an evolution. And so fish is a dead body. Egg is an aborted chicken, but it hasn't formed into a body yet. There's no bones and all that. When you eat dead animals, you basically got bones on your plate. Your plate is a graveyard. You feel me? So I got to make a whole video about that to get that clear. Because I'm seeing people saying, say be vegan, say be vegan. And I'm like, what's a say be vegan? There's no such thing as a say be vegan or a say be vegetarian. You could be a say be fish eater, and fish is acidic. So, I mean, it's just like my problem I have with the Dr. Sabiites is, they not honest, they not real, they haven't done a thorough investigation on their own person. I had a brother go on Instagram and tell me this video looked chopped up. Well, I'm the one repeated it like that, but he was like, this video is chopped up. I need to see the full version. Well, I want him to go look for it himself because you're going to have to look through a lot of Sabi videos to find it, but you'll find it. Just push Sabi and keep punching videos down 50 or 100 videos. You find it. That's why I saved it and put it on my hard drive. But I have the full video, but the brother challenged me as if I'm not honest. And with the way I grew up is like this. To this brother, if he watching this video, bet me $1,000. Show me you really want proof. Show me if you feel like I'm dishonest, put $1,000 on it, and then I'll show you the video. But put $1,000 on it. Feel me? And if you don't want to put $1,000 on it, shut the fuck up. Don't question me. If you think I'm lying, put $1,000 up. I put $1,000. I can show you the original video. Put $1,000. Show me you mean it. Say it with your chest. Show me you mean it. You got to be, if you're trying to say I'm a fraud, don't know what I'm talking about, you got to be willing to put some money up for me to prove something to you. I don't do that. I don't prove shit for free. You understand? I don't mind giving instruction and teaching for free. But if I'm going to prove it, I need to get a salary just like a teacher. So I'm not proving shit to him. Go look it up. But if you put $1,000 up, put $1,000 up and say I'm lying, let me get your money. I've been doing this for a long time. I would bet people on the information. If I got to go dig up books and stuff, that's why I be saying I need 10 racks to debate. I need 10 racks to take my time to debate you. I'm not doing it for free. I'm here to talk to people for them to learn. I'm not here to debate or to prove nothing. Now, if I got to prove it, that's extra work. You got to pay me. So I just wanted to do this live stream so that the people would get their proper perspective on the history and not really get it all confused and all messed up, and give the people the credit, Dr. Fulton, Elijah Muhammad, and Dick Gregory, their credit. Like, they are responsible for helping us eat better and take care of ourselves. And this is the reason none of them are promoted by the Babylon system. If we don't promote them, nobody will. And as their promotion goes down, as people teach less about what they told us, black people are getting fatter, bigger, More of them are on dialysis. Look at the rapper Freeway. Why is Freeway on dialysis? Why does he need a kidney? You know, because we failed a community, the Black conscious community that jumped on the internet. I didn't know you all were on the internet. The Black conscious community that jumped on the internet failed the community because they started talking too much history and they ain't been talking no self-improvement. And history, it ain't gonna really help you make no money, and it's not gonna make you be in good health. History is the most least important subject, and it don't pay nothing. History teachers ain't making no money, man. You understand? That ain't no real subject like that. And the problem I have with history is that history is the most valuable history is a recent history. So you have to have a more recent history because a more recent history has more of a social and economical effect on your life than ancient history. So me telling you what happened way back in Kemet is not going to have as big an effect on your life as you knowing what happened in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s so that you can keep stepping. And so sometimes when we talk knowing history, we're not clear on what that means. You should know the history that's closer. And that's what I bring in a lot of my videos. I bring the more recent history, what was going on in the 70s and the 80s, because that history got lost. A lot of people look at the Black Power movement and the Black Panthers and study the 60s, but Black people don't have a thorough understanding of your history in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And as far as Black consciousness, if you don't know about the Black conscious growth from the late 70s, all right, until the early 90s, you don't know what's going on. That's what birthed you. So when people were saying, where the elders, and trying to blame the elders, how you going to blame the elders for something? Somebody dropped the ball that they obviously passed to you. Don't you have the ball? How did the Black conscious ball get dropped if you got the ball? If you have Black consciousness? And why is you calling it a ball like it's just a game? Our life ain't no game. And so that's the only purpose for this is to put this in historical context. And the book link is this right here, Cayman. www.veganintel.com. And this is a lifesaver for the community. I really need everybody to order these, even if you're a vegan, because I need to get up to 1 million copies of these. Not to make $7 million, but to end up with 10 million of these. My goal with this is not a money-making thing. That's why it's only a few pages. I wanted it to be simple. I wanted it to be easy. I wanted it to be inexpensive. And I wanted it to be truly helpful. And this gives you all the steps that you take to eat better. Not only do I give you the steps to eat better, I give you the most important thing nobody's ever gave you. I gave you the steps to fall off. There's a way to fall off. And this is very important. That's why no matter where you're at, you have to get this because there is a way to fall off. It's not just about eating better. You have to know how to fall back and to go back up. And so this is designed to make you feel proud even when you fall off. one of the biggest problems with you trying to be a vegan is the pressure and the sense of failure when you fall off. And that sense of failure hurts you, hurts you. So I'm teaching you all there's no sense of failure. There's no such thing as a failure. So I'm teaching you to fall off calmly, not messed up, because I'm teaching you to take steps. And this is designed to I lay out in detail the steps. And so if you're at step 4 and you fall off, it's cool. Just only go back to step 3. But you're not taught that. So what happens is some of you go try to eat right. When you fall off, you go all the way back down to step 1. You know why? Because you never took steps. You have to take steps. Now, I'm going to explain to you why you have to take steps. You have to take steps because when you want to change the way you eat, that's not the only thing you're going to be changing. You're going to be changing your taste buds. You're going to be changing your shopping habits. You're going to be trying to figure out how to cook different. So it's far too much to throw everything away and just try to go vegan because you're going to have to learn all of this stuff and it's too much. Whereas if you just eliminate one thing at a time, that gives you time to adjust before you eliminate the next thing. And that stops you from wasting money. You know how many of my friends went and threw everything out the refrigerator to eat vegan, only to turn back around and have to go back and buy some more chicken? They should, what did they do that for? What you throw the chicken away so quick for to go up here and be a vegan? Say, I tried it, OG. Yeah, you tried it because you tried it the wrong way. It's the wrong way. You don't throw everything away. You don't change at once. One thing at a time and get comfortable with that. I was 100% ready to stop eating fish before I stopped eating it. And once I stopped eating fish, I didn't go back down because I didn't go up until I was ready. Don't let nobody make you think that you have to force this and do this right away. Doesn't make no sense for you to do this tomorrow and then 3 weeks from now you ain't doing it. It makes more sense for you to take 2 years and then I see you be like, I'm a vegan, and you don't go back. You're never going to go back. Look, I'm telling you the facts. If you do it this way, you're never going to go back. Ever. You will never eat meat again. Never. That's a fact. If you do it that way, you won't even crave it. You understand? When you just quit everything, you still crave it. But if you quit one thing at a time, every time you go to the next step, you won't be craving the last step. You understand? So this gives you time to get rid of the craving. And then when you get to a certain level, there's other things you have to eliminate. There's certain things that you should be eliminating before you try to be a vegan. Why would you do that? Why would you don't need to do that. As you're eliminating things, right? Check it out. You know you want to go vegan. You know you want to start eating kale and cooking different stuff. Well, why throw everything away to cook that? Why not just get off of pork, get off of beef? Now you're eating chicken and fish. So now while you're eating chicken and fish, why not make the kale? Why not experiment with vegan meals with your chicken and your fish? So you're eating chicken and fish, and you're drinking vegan. I make protein shakes almost every morning, Demetrius. I use a plant-based protein powder. I use chocolate almond milk. I use peanut butter or almond butter, and I use blackstrap molasses. Bingo. I'll be feeling great. So yeah, that's good. But what I'm trying to show you all is people don't tell you all that's involved. It's too much involved for you to change. You can't just throw everything around. Now you've been going to the regular store. Now you done threw everything away. So not only your taste buds messed up, you taste the stuff you don't know if you like it. You're gonna be starving. Then you got to go to Whole Foods. You're not used to going to Whole Foods. You haven't adjusted your budget. You haven't learned how to budget. You haven't learned what to eat, what to do. So then you're like, oh, gee, I tried it, but you tried it because you went butt naked into it. You didn't know what to cook. You didn't know what to make. You should have been learning everything else to cook and make while you were still eating chicken and fish. So now you're building up. So basically, you're a vegan eating fish and chicken. Then you eliminate the chicken and you got fish, but you got a big vegan meal with fish. So it's vegan with fish or vegetarian with fish. So when you get that strong, boom, when you get rid of fish, you're good because you didn't learn how to cook. Your taste buds is changing because in this Babylon society, what they feeding us, our taste buds is messed up. So you're not going to like natural food. Your taste buds is adjusted to artificial sweetness, artificial coloring, artificial flavoring. So your taste buds is used to eating artificial. Your taste buds are shot. Your taste buds gone. You've been eating aluminum. That's not real salt. You haven't been eating sea salt. That salt y'all buying, that salt is aluminum. That's not even real salt. So this give you time to learn about sea salt and all that. So I got the whole process in here. This is what you want to do. It's gonna save you a ton of money throwing away damn food. You might as well pay the $7, $2 shipping. You might as well pay the $9. Get this so you can save some money so that you could be healthy, so that your children could be healthy, so you can set a good example for your family. Okay, because health is wealth. So you got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You understand? See, the brother says it's hard to find a healthy restaurant in H-Town. Well, that's why you gotta do it yourself. Now, the advantages of eating right is that when you eat right, then your money starts going to places where you can eat right. You start buying products where you can eat right. So when you go and you see silk, almond milk, and all this stuff in the store, brothers like me made that happen. We made that happen because when a good product come out, we start buying it. The people that selling products, they look at the numbers and they saying, listen, sea salt chips is selling, these other chips ain't selling. So you'll go in the store now, everything is sea salt. You go almonds with sea salt, cashews with sea salt. That's because we stopped buying the ones with the other salt on them. So they couldn't make no money. And so people say, uh, Pharaoh, a lot of times we see you buying a lot of processed foods. I'll buy almost any vegan product once. I will always support a vegan product because it's a protest. It's a way to have the numbers say, oh, this is what they buying. Get more of that. So because we protested the Babylon food and bought the good food, Babylon had to switch over to the good food if they want to make money. They're not making money with that stuff no more. So you go in the store now, they got Earth Balance in the regular store. They got all type of soy milk in the regular store, almond milk in the regular store. They got all type of stuff in the regular stores now. Why? Because we protested the other stuff. So it's your duty to society to spend your money. And this what I've been trying to tell black people. Spend your money over here and then you create that market. Instead of just spending your money, then nobody gonna respect you. They looking at where you spend your money. You understand? And so you have to spend your money in a way that's gonna change the market. It's very important to do that. So if you want better food in the black community, it's real simple. Just stop buying the bad food. That's it. Let that shit sit there. It's the reason White Castle got a veggie burger. It's the reason Burger King, it's the reason McDonald's got a vegan burger over in Europe trying it. It's a reason. Any day McDonald's is going to come and say, we got sea salt on our fries. We don't have no more milk and shit in our fries. Our fries is 100% whole cut fries. All that's going to change if they're going to make money because we not buying it till they do. I'm not buying your shit until your shit is good for me. Keep that shit. You understand? Because when I buy your stuff and get sick and I got to go have all these surgeries and buy all these pharmaceuticals, where is McDonald's and all of them to pay for it? Feel me? You understand? Where? You understand? Where? So you have to eat right. You have to take care of yourself. And this, if black people, if you start to eat better, if you start eating more fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, nuts and grains, this is going to help you get an independent mind state. This is why they hate marijuana, because they know that if you smoke marijuana, you're going to become plant-based minded and you're going to get tired of buying marijuana and you're going to want to grow marijuana. And they know if you fuck around and start wanting to grow marijuana, they know then you're going to say, shit, I might as well grow some beans. I might as well grow some peas. You know what? I might as well grow some sweet potatoes. So they know that that could open up the door till you start growing food. And then when you start growing so much food, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm not feeling these property taxes. Is this somewhere I could just go get me some land and build my own fucking house so I don't got to pay you nothing? They know this. They know the process. This is why marijuana and veganism is so dangerous to Babylon, because it's going to create independence. That's a fact. That's a fact. It ain't nobody that's been a vegan a long time that ain't grew a garden. Now, I had a garden, and it was something else. I could not believe how many cucumbers I got. It's unbelievable. I had a lot of stuff. I had yellow squash and all that. I tell you, but the red peppers and the cucumbers blew my mind. And so now I got that knowledge when I grow another garden. I'm growing a billion cucumbers, and I can't eat them all, so I'm going to make cucumber dressing and bottle it and seal it and have my refrigerator full of cucumber everything. Because why wouldn't I take advantage of just a small crop with a big yield? I mean, a big yield. That cucumbers, boy, it's hardcore. You know, a lot of my stuff I had to fight insects and stuff. Not the cucumbers. The cucumbers were strong. I'm like, boy, this is a beautiful plant right here. You understand? You can still get natural seeds. And it's same like I said with the veganism. Once you want natural seeds, once you don't buy GMO foods, once you don't buy pesticides food, what happens? They start having more organic food. People like me, we create all. When you going in Jewels and you go into Jewels in Chicago, you see they say organic. That's because we didn't go to Jewels no more. We start going to Whole Foods. Even though it was a little more expensive, we going to Whole Foods. We going to Whole Foods. So Milanos and Jewels and them say, shit, fuck that. So Jewels here in Chicago say, listen, man, listen. They going to Whole Foods. They ain't coming here no more. We got to get it together. So now you go in there, you see all them organic products and shit in Jewels. You know why? They had to. They was going to go out of business. They was going to close if they didn't get the food in there for us to come back in the store. So now in these black communities in Chicago, you should see these Jewels have a lot of good food in there. And we buying it all out. So then they get more and more and more. I went to a Jewels downtown on Canal Street, and they had 2 aisles of organic and vegan and positive food. It blew my mind. A whole 2 aisles. I said, "Wow!" You understand? They have to adjust because you got to put your dollars where your mind is at. You understand? That's the key. If you buying 100% cotton clothes and hemp clothes, then they'll start selling cotton clothes and hemp clothes. Hemp is a great product. Hemp was a major thing, Antonio, in the United States. The Bibles was made out of hemp. The money was printed on hemp. All of those thick cords and thick straps on your backpacks and military stuff, all that was hemp. And hemp clothes didn't tear up fast. Well, hemp became a threat to the textile industry. So the newspaper guy, right, Hearst didn't like that. So Hearst worked with this dude named Ansling, and all this coming out in my book about marijuana, but I'll tell you a little bit. Hearst didn't like that. So what Hearst did is come out with this racist campaign against blacks and Mexicans with marijuana. And so what they did, they made people hate marijuana, but that was not the point. They made people hate marijuana so people would hate hemp. But hemp and marijuana is in the same family, but they're not the same. Hemp don't get you high. So they was pretending they wanted to ban marijuana, but they actually banned hemp. You understand? And right now, hemp farmers are trying to get hemp farms back in the United States. And you notice the United States is quick to legalize marijuana, but really slow to legalize hemp. Because hemp will eliminate the lumber industry, eliminate a lot of industries. You can make paper from it. Henry Ford, when you get off of here, go search Henry Ford's hemp car. Henry Ford made a car out of hemp, and when you hit it with a sledgehammer, the sledgehammer bounce off. They got something called hempcrete. Search hemp homes. Whole homes made out of hemp. Clothes made out of hemp. Hemp seeds. Hemp milk. Paper. Textiles. We don't have to cut down all these forests. Hemp grows just like that. We don't have to be cutting down all these forests to get, how many trees are we cutting down to get chopsticks, to get paper, when we can get that from hemp and won't even damage the planet? So we trying to teach the young generation to not let these old farts ruin you all's planet, because they got the mentality they're going to die anyway. Yeah, hemp, wine, hemp, everything. Hemp is a great product. Hemp and marijuana. Cannabis, hemp, the two of them. I promote cannabis and I promote hemp. These are very positive products. Very good for medicine. Very good for medicine. Hemp, pure hemp kills cancer just like that. That's a fact. And so does cannabis. Kills cancer. That's a fact. Hemp oil will kill cancer. Okay, that's a fact. So this is the level we on right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it stops seizures, everything. Stuff is miracle. What I keep telling y'all, plants are miracles. Plants have all type of miracle medicinal stuff in it that's being hidden from us. We should demand a study on the coca leaf. We should demand a study on the opium plant. We should say, listen, why we can't get this in the plant form? Why you keep bringing us cocaine powder and crack and heroin? Why we can't see the coca leaf? Why we can't see the opium plant? See, this is what they do. They take the plant. This is what my book is all about, how they take the plant and make a drug and then try to tell you the plant is a drug. Bullshit. The drug is what y'all make from the plant. This is what my book that's coming out is going to break all that shit down. That the coca leaf is not a drug. Cocaine is a drug. The coca leaf is a plant. And there's a big difference between a coca leaf and cocaine. Do you know how many coca leaves you have to process to make a gram of cocaine? You can't get no gram of cocaine from no one coca leaf. So when those people in South America put the coca leaf under their tongue, they're getting a natural stimulant that's made for you. But when somebody go take a whole bunch of coca leaves and process this shit and make some fucking cocaine, that shit's strong. And then if that ain't good enough, then they take the cocaine and put that in some motherfucking baking soda and whip it, right? And whip it, and again get a big ass boulder of pure coke. This is really strong. So crack is one hit of crack. How many coca leaves will it take for one hit of crack? Too many. It's concentrated cocaine. And for the record, cocaine was introduced to the United States in Coca-Cola and Pepsi. What was in Pepsi that gave it the pep? It's a known fact because I had a friend went to St. Louis College of Pharmacy and they taught you there that the main professor that has a lot to do with starting that school was the guy that invented Coca-Cola, and it was invented with cocaine. Okay. On top of that, while I'm talking about that, do you know the purpose of Coca-Cola and Pepsi now? The purpose of Coca-Cola and Pepsi is to kill them worms after you eat the meat, to try to help make the worms come out the meat and get out your system. But what happens, it comes out the worms and it goes and runs up in your intestines. So it don't work. And also, I want to say that the reason cocaine became popular in the United States is because meat makes you sluggish. When you eat meat and it hits your colon, boom, it's going to slow you down. When you eat period, it's going to slow you down. If I eat vegan right now, it'll be a little slowed down for a minute, but because it's plant matter, I'm going to digest it in maybe 15, 20 minutes, I'm back. But when you eat meat, it's going to just slow you all the way down. You say, man, yeah, I'm full. Oh, man. And so meat eaters had to take cocaine and stuff like that to get back up, to be stimulated. So the Babylon sell you stimulants to get you past the sluggish meat. This is why Red Bull and all that. This is why you got to fast sometime to get your heightness up, to purge yourself of all this dead waste in your stomach. You got to clean that out. You understand? You got to clean the walls of your stomach out. So you have to do fast. So for you all right now, I'm writing 2 more. I've got the manual here, the easiest way to become a vegan. Next month, I got a eating plan booklet coming out. And then I got a fasting booklet going to come out. All of these should be done around maybe Christmas time. So there'll be 3 different things you can order to help you. And I got an eating plan that I used to do in Hawaii that for the sake of the book, I'm going to go back to the eating plan so you all can see my eating plan. My eating plan is off the goddamn chain too. And so I'm really trying to help people. We're supposed to try to help. Each one teach one. We're supposed to try to help. You understand? We're supposed to try to help our community, help our people, help our relatives and stuff like that. Take our scientific knowledge to the future and try to help ourselves. You know what I mean? So that we be healthier and stronger and we don't be sick. You understand? Sickness ruins your family, ruins your economics, leaves your children without you there to help them. You don't want to sit back and eat hamburgers and stuff and die on your kids early like that. You understand? You want to eat right. You know what I'm saying? You want to take care of yourself. You understand? You want to eat right. You understand? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to eat right. You feel me? That's what you want to do. You want to take care of yourself. You want to eat right. Okay? You want to take care of yourself. Just like that. Make sure you eating good and taking care of yourself. You want to stay positive. You want to stay focused. You don't want to be lost and messed up. I don't really pay attention to people like that. They saying God raid, but in the hood, raid kills roaches. So I don't know what they talking about. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't really pay attention to that. That's just those are people they go and they get a whole bunch of accounts and they just show up. I don't pay attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just calmly block you and keep on going, stay positive. Make you waste your energy. You know how people will call your phone and it be a wrong number and some people get upset? I don't get upset. You call, I just hang up. You can call a million times. Hang up, answer, hang up. Let me see how long you going to go. I can hang up longer than you could call. So I can block them longer than they can take the energy to come back over here. So you say, oh, it ain't no fun over there with him. He won't play. They're going to go somebody else. You know, like, oh, man, we just wasting our time over there before we even say anything. He blocking us. Let's go somewhere else and do our dumb shit. So hopefully I'm teaching other, when y'all on these other pages, ignore the trolls. Stop feeding them, No, I don't want that type of support, MLCO. I don't want that type of support. Bye. I don't know you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't want your support. I don't want the God raised support because I don't know y'all. You might be trying to support my channel, but do you support my people? So until I know more about y'all, no, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Feel me? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you think a colon cleanser is good? No, I don't like colon cleansers. I think colon cleansers are bad because I think colon cleansers give people the idea that they can go back and eat bad. So I don't like colon cleansers. I see too many meat eaters taking colon cleansers and then going right back ruining their colon and going right back taking colon cleansers. And it's like, why are you going and taking colon cleansers instead of fasting? Nothing's going to clean your colon if you're still eating. You cannot clean your colon in no day or two. They lying to y'all. I went on the fast. I went on the 30-day days. I tried to make 40, but I just couldn't do it. And shoot, you're going to still be shitting. You're going to be day 25 and shit going to be coming out. That's when you're going to realize, what the fuck? When you see how long you still going to be shitting, you're going to trip out. Yeah, I don't fuck with colon cleansers. I don't like them. They're misleading because colon cleansers are promoted, but they don't promote you eating right. And the worst thing you can do, if you clean your body out, and y'all have to know this, is why you got to get this, you got to go this way. Because let me tell you something. If you eating poison, your body going to build up a certain resistance to this poison until you just eat so much poison overtake your body. But let me tell you something. Exercising and shit like colon cleansing and then going back eating bad will kill you just like that. Because now you done cleaned out your colon, but then what you going to put back in there? Man, if you clean your colon and you go and put that back in there, Maker, this is where you can get it at. Don't ever do that. Don't ever clean your body if you're going to put dirty stuff back in there. That is very dangerous. This is another reason you got to go this route. Because to go and switch and try to go all the way vegan and then go all the way back to the wrong thing, you could get sick. That poison will attack your body. If you take it slow, you'll be all right and know how to go back one step instead of all the way back. So I don't like colon cleansers. Too many people are taking colon cleansers and still turning right back around and eating garbage. You understand? And they taking colon cleansers, but they not fasting for 40 days. How in the hell can you take a 14-day colon cleanser without fasting? How are you cleaning your colon and still putting shit in your colon? It doesn't make sense. So you're eating every day and you're taking a colon cleanser? Wait, I don't understand that. Okay, let me get this straight. You're putting stuff in your colon today and you're going to take the colon cleanser today too? Eat, take a colon cleanser. Eat that? No. You have to fast. And if you're fasting, why do you need a colon cleanser? If you ain't eating, ain't your colon going to dump itself? You understand? So they be running games on y'all. If you're not eating, your colon is going to empty itself. Hello? So what do I need a special colon cleanser for? You don't need a colon cleanser. Go on a fast. Get you some water. Get some lemon. Get some maple syrup. And get you some cayenne. Look it up. Cayenne, maple syrup, lemon, drink. Google that. Cayenne, maple syrup, lemon, drink. Drink that cayenne, maple syrup, and lemon. That cayenne's going to go in there and scrub you up real good. That cayenne is going to go in there and stick to stuff and break it down. So the cayenne goes and sticks to the walls of your colon and all your stomach, and it sticks in all that nasty stuff in there, and then it breaks it down to slime, and then it washes right on down with the lemon and the maple syrup. The maple syrup going to have you still feeling good. You understand? If you want to quit cigarettes, this is how you quit cigarettes. I quit smoking cigarettes when I was a freshman because they went up to 38 cents. I'm like, I ain't paying no 38 cents for no cigarettes. This is how, KY, this is how you quit smoking cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes gives you an oral fixation. You want the cigarette in your mouth. You want a cigarette. So KY, this is going to work. Go and buy some of the nastiest small cigars you can find, like some shit that just is fucking nasty. Some cigars that you hate, some cigarillo or some shit like that, some shit you fucking, buy you some type of small cigarette, not a cigarette, but a cigar. Those small cigars that you hate, right? Every time you want a cigarette, light that nasty shit. Okay? Get you a cigar you hate. Real shit. And you'll quit smoking. Every time you get an urge, light that nasty cigar. That's how I quit. And you gonna quit. I think I quit with like Virginia Slims or something, not Virginia Slims, like quit with some kind of little cigar. Tiparillo maybe, or some shit like that. It was horrible. If it's not too horrible, not that, just try them till you get one that's just horrible. That's just, you can't stand it. Like, I would never smoke this brand. Get that brand of the small skinny cigars just like a cigarette. And get a small cigar like a cigarette that you hate. And every time you get an urge for a cigarette, you smoke that cigar. And what's going to happen, your nervous system and your system is going to start not wanting to smoke. Your system going to be like, listen, if this what you're going to smoke, I'm not smoking no more. and your urge to smoke cigarettes will go away because every time you think about a cigarette ain't gonna come to your mind no more. And nasty ass shit gonna come to your mind. And then what you're gonna find yourself doing is just having it in your mouth or having it in your fingers without lighting it. And if you do that for a few months, you'll be done. And you won't be able to smoke again. If you go back and smoke a cigarette, it'll make you feel sick. You'll be cleansed. Because I quit smoking cigarettes and I had my girlfriend talk me into smoking one time. I almost passed back out. Once you quit smoking, you can't smoke them no more. That's how you quit smoking cigarettes. It works too. I did it when I was a kid. I did it. It definitely works. That is the best way. Get some nasty shit, boy. You will quit. Yeah, we started young, Robert. I started as a kid smoking and drinking as a little kid. We was drinking vodka and orange juice in the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff I quit early. Those was back in the days we could go up to the gas station and buy cigarettes and shit. You know? Go up to the gas station and buy cigarettes. Sometimes they say your mama got to send a letter, but a lot of times they would sell them to them. They was 20, 29 cents. How many years I've been off cigarettes? Shit. Well, I'm 60 years old. I was born in 1958. I started high school in 72. I stopped smoking around 72. So since 1972. I was like, I'm not paying no 38 cents. Let's show you how prophecy is. Back then they were selling nickel bags of marijuana. And I told all the kids, I'm not finna pay no 38 cents for no cigarettes. I said, pretty soon cigarettes gonna be the same price as a nickel bag. Guess what? Cigarettes is more expensive than a nickel bag. So I started smoking them nasty cigars and marijuana. I said, I'm gonna stick with weed. I like this weed better. Because weed didn't have the same addictive. Weed don't have that addictive effect. Like weed, you can take it or leave it. You know, it doesn't really fucking matter. You know, I could sit there and roll down weed up right now. I don't even light it. Light it when I get ready. It doesn't. Weed weed is something. I like marijuana because marijuana is something that you smoke because you want to do rather than it making you do it. The problem with alcohol, if you're not careful, and cigarettes, is you'll be doing it when you don't want to do it. When you're doing something and you don't want to do it, you got a problem. I remember one time as a youngster sitting in my father's house. I must have been about 18 or so, 19, and I wanted to go get a beer. It was cold as hell outside, and I didn't want to go out there as cold as it was. And I'm sitting there debating to go out here in this cold ass weather and walk all the way to the store to get a beer. And I remember that was the day I realized I got to stop drinking because anytime I want to go out here in this shit, something ain't right. I can't let nothing control me. I've always been the type of person that I can't have addictions because I don't like nothing to control me. I got to be in control. I got to go get a beer when I want a beer. The beer can't make me go get no goddamn beer. The beer was making me go out in the cold. I'm like, man, So anytime, you on heroin and you going to get this shit and don't want to get it. I had a friend, he was a heroin addict. And that's when I had just got out of high school. I worked at a book factory. Every time he would want heroin, then when he would shoot it up, he would be depressed. And damn, man. I keep on hoping, but I end up doping. That's what he used to always say, and he hated it. My auntie was worried about me because I was hanging around the dope thing. So my auntie was like, why you hanging around him? But I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was hanging around him. I was helping him. He can't influence me. That's how powerful I am. He can't influence me. I was hanging around a heroin addict. I was telling him, you stupid. Leave that shit alone. His name was Skip. Leave that shit alone, Skip. Feel me? You can't influence me. I don't do influences. You can't get me to do shit. Feel me? I'm not, you can't influence me. I'm too powerful. Okay? You're doing something wrong. go ahead. You can't punk me into doing nothing wrong. Tell me I need to do it. You crazy. I'm not doing that. Good luck with that. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I hope you all learn from this. And this is a positive conversation. And it's something that we want to make sure people know the historical information about how to eat and who the people that put it out here. And this is no disrespect to Dr. Sebi. Uh, and when people see me make Sebi videos, they think I'm getting at Sebi. I'm not. I'm getting at Sebi's followers. You understand? I'll be getting at their followers. The same when I'm talking about Malcolm X. I'm not getting at Malcolm X. I'm getting at Malcolm X followers that want to hate on Elijah and don't want to recognize what Malcolm did wrong. You understand? So I have to use these people to deal with the followers. So if you're a Sebi follower and you're going around saying that Sebi vegans is better than everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And that the best way to be a vegan and that regular vegans ain't no good and the only way to be a vegan is a Sebi vegan, then
And I will eat fish. Once in a while 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 I will eat fish.
So there you have it.